7 hours, 30 minutes. Jedi drives the Humvee over the salt pan. He follows the Japanese tracks. Behind Jedi, Lloyd opens the hatchway door and pokes his head through it. Anything yet? Nothing, Jedi looks out front. Just the tracks. Well, keep looking. Lloyd? What? Maybe I should keep looking. Just drive the truck, okay? I'm driving and looking. Well, just shout out if you see anything, right? Okay, Lloyd. Lloyd ducks back into the rear of the Humvee. Jedi shakes his head and lets out a low whistle. Sharp as a marble, he mutters to himself. From the back of the Humvee, Lloyd yells, You say something, kid? Nope, just thinking out loud. Jedi looks over the salt pan. The tracks stretch out into the far distance. The only break in the monotonous scenery is provided by Matt, who rides the KTM 100 yards out in front. Jedi looks around the cab. Intrigued, he plays with some of the switches and buttons on the dashboard. The heater and windshield wiper start. He thinks, not gonna need those today. He switches them off. He flips down the sun visor and uses its mirror to preen himself. Looking good. Matt drops back and rides alongside the Humvee. He watches Jedi admire himself. Matt shouts over, See anything you like? Sheepish, Jedi shakes his head. Matt points to the tracks ahead. Jedi refocuses. Matt sweeps his bike into a wider 360-degree arc around the Humvee. He scans every horizon. He returns and rides beside the truck. Jim mans the M2 machine gun in the Humvee's gun turret. He wears goggles to protect his eyes from the rush of hot air that blasts his face. He shouts down to Matt. What you got? A whole bunch of nothing. You? Same. Just keep going. Jim nods. Matt twists the KTM's throttle and zips out in front of the Humvee. He stays on point. Back in the Humvee's rear cabin, Cutter leans against a bench seat. His legs are sprawled out in front of him. His feet rest on the seat opposite. On his lap, he sorts through and organizes the pile of $10,000 notes. What's the count? Lloyd asks. About 19 million. Cutter collects up the last handful of cash. Nearly done. He picks up a roll of surgical tape and tears a strip off. He wraps it securely around the wad of notes. And that makes 20. So with our 100 mil, we now got 120 big ones? Lloyd says. Say again? You heard. I know. I just like hearing you say it. Yeah, well, let's just hope it's the real deal. Lloyd tries to get comfortable. He has an open bottle of painkillers next to him. He groans. This fucking shoulder is killing me. He takes a swig from the bottle and gulps down a few more tablets. I'd go easy on those unless you want to end up in Comatose City, Sophia says. Oh, can't be any worse than being right fucking here, right fucking now. Is this all you ever do? What's that? Complain. Hey, lady, this ain't exactly the penthouse suite at the Royal Plaza Hotel. Lloyd stares down at Books, who is laid out on the floor of the confined gangway. He is still unconscious. Surprised he's still alive, Lloyd says. Back off, Lloyd. Without him, we'd probably not be here. Bullshit. Sophia glares at Lloyd. You didn't see what they did to Doc back there. Doc just wanted to talk. And they just wanted to kill him. Sophia kneels next to Books and wipes away more dried blood from his face. Doc had no chance. We'll just have to take your word on that. I guess you will, since you wanted no part of it back there. Lloyd watches Sophia's tender hands work on Books. Hey, be careful over there. Why? Wouldn't want a vulnerable girl like you falling in love with that rugged, handsome hero. Sort of changes the team dynamics, don't you think? Cut the crap, Lloyd. Hey, that's how it rolls. I've seen that doe-eyed look before. Just hope your man over there wakes up. Be tough getting married to a guy who's in a coma. Difficult to consummate on the wedding night, if you get my drift. It takes a big man to insult someone who can't defend himself. Lloyd smirks at Sophia. He begins to hum the bridal march chorus. You're pathetic, and he will wake up, Sophia says. When and if he does, I'll be asking him what the fuck is going on here, because he knows something we don't. You want to know what I know? Cutter asks. Go ahead, Cutter. Nothing's gonna surprise me at this particular junction in time, Lloyd says. He's a killer. That's who he is. A man born to kill. You see the way he handled that rifle? He killed those little yellow fuckers from 1,000 yards away. Ain't no person I know without a military background can shoot that good. What you saying? He's been planted here? Lloyd asks. Don't it seem odd to you that we get Mr. Hotshot over there, and then the rest of us, a bunch of frickin' amateurs? Besides, he don't say much, like he's avoiding talking all the time. Like he's avoiding giving anything away. Makes me mighty suspicious. The trio stare down at books. They are interrupted by the sound of the Humvee changing down a gear. It begins to slow. The Japanese container! Jedi shouts through the hatchway. It's up ahead!